The universe is being governed and run by strict laws that operates or that everything operates from. And previously we talked about the power of faith, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove all this. Then we can talk about this. So these laws literally guards or regulates everything that happens on this planet. The sun rises because there's a law that was created in it that it has to rise on specific time and set on specific time. The same thing with the moon. The same thing happens with every creation. Even a seed. A seed will have to follow the laws of germination and so on. And now I want us to relate this and talk about this is in trading. Now, in trading, there are two sides of situations. There's a winning side, which is W. Okay. Then we have the losing side. Sorry, we have the losing side or the loser side. These are the only two probabilities of a trade. You're either winning, losing, but there's also a part in which we have breaking even, meaning that you're not winning, you're not losing. And I want to describe deeply on this. So, guys, pay close attention and learn. After this, you're going to understand a lot of things about about trading, and not only trading. These things apply even in your daily life. Okay, so we have the winners and you have the losers. These are the two sides of when you toss a coin or when you enter trade. So we're gonna no we're gonna separate them using that. Okay, so this line here separate winners from losers. So each and every of us is either operating on this other side, but there are some others who are operating right in here, which is the break even. They lose, they win, they lose again, they come back here. They win, they lose, come back there again. Win, lose, come back. Lose, win, they come back. And this is most of the time, traders who are still struggling, like they don't understand the rules and the laws that governs this thing and how they can jump on the side. For you to be on the winning side, you only need to follow the rules. You only need to know what rules are we talking about here and how can you stay on the winning side. And you don't have to know the rules or the laws that governs this side or this side. You only need one side or one side. You can just even know the rules or the laws that governs losing, then do the opposite of it. You end up here on the winning side. The same thing. If you can know the rules, what governs the winning side, do the opposite of it, automatically you're in here. Then there's some people who work with the concept of luck. So somebody came in trading, remember this thing applies even in business. Sorry, this applies even in business, like in real life. There's some people who operate based on luck. So on luck in this manner, they tried, they gambled, and at the end of the day, they made some money and say, "Wow, this is really good." So these people, because of that luck, they ended up winning. So that luck come again, they win, they luck, then they think they're winning. Then using the same mentality, that luck at some point it gotta dry out. Take a look at our lives, for example. When we eat, we swallow food, but that food has to be excreted. There like everything has two sides of it. Some people call it the yin and yang, I think so. The black and white side of things. We have the light and the darkness. We can never have in between. The in between is just for a matter of time before the real side reveals itself, or this other side. So it's either gonna be the winning side or the losing side. So you cannot stay in between here and expect to grow, because in here nothing grows. If you're just in break even, nothing grows. You're not winning, you're not losing, you're just there. Nothing grows right there. And when you're in luck, it's just a matter of time before that luck switches you back to where you belong. Okay? So let us take a look at this. How can we stay in the low, or how can we stay in the side of winning once we've realized that, okay, there are two probabilities here, the side of life here? These are laws. This law is, if you follow these specific rules and so on, you're going to win. If you do the opposite of it, if you don't follow them, automatically you go here, you're going to lose. Okay? So for example, in trading, First rule, one of the rules, is you have to have an age. Not gambling, not like you have to have an age. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, you have to understand about risk management. Third thing, your psychology must be in place. Mindset. Okay? Then these three, when you have these three, this is already enough to put you in the winning race. When you have an age that is working, that is back tested monthly. I'm not talking about you coming to the charts and back testing 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, and say, yeah, I have a no. I'm talking about months. You've back tested this for months, at least minimum 3 months, but if possible, take it 6 months, even 12 months. That's an year. So once you confirm you have an age that is working and you understand its swing, because you see, backtesting is powerful. A lot of people think that backtesting is just a joke, but backtesting is what's going to tell you what works and what doesn't work. Does it work in the long run or does it just work in the short term? And what are the things that needs to be worked on? Because backtesting will expose those loopholes. If you're losing in the backtesting, know that you're going to be losing in real life. If you're winning in the backtesting, if you do the same thing, you're going to be winning in. So if you want to end up on this other side, it's very simple. Do the opposite of this. Ensure you have no age. Come and gamble. Okay, so over here, let us put gamble. No age, gamble. This is the opposite of this. This is a trader who has not worked on the strategy. They're just picking up stuff and they think it's gonna work. Second of all, risk management. Just don't risk. Don't have good risk management. Just continue the same thing. Gamble. Gamble with your risk. Okay? I want to show you how if you do the opposite of this, you end up on this other side. Then in terms of mindset, don't worry about anything. Just keep gambling. Okay? So just gamble. Literally meaning that your psychology, if your psychology is not in the right state, meaning that you're confused. In other terms, I'll literally call this confusion instead of gamble. Yeah, because now you see confusion is the opposite of of confidence, because mindset we're talking about here is mindset of confidence. Okay, no fear of losing, no fear of missing out, no fear of blowing your account. Your mindset isn't perfect. That's confidence. Opposite of confidence is confusion. Okay, now let's take a look at this. You don't have an age. What are you doing? You're gambling. You don't have proper risk management or proper risk routine. What are you doing? You're still gambling. So if you do the opposite of this, automatically you're going to end up over here. And if you do the opposite of this, you're going to end up here. So for example, if you stop gambling and start learning properly, how do you do this thing? What exactly do you need to do? And guys, me speaking about this, trading is not something, okay, for people who ends up, being profitable in an year or 2 years, this is a result of them having mentors. So if you want to make your journey short, make sure you have a mentor. And not just a mentor, somebody who knows what they are doing. You've seen them do it. Not just somebody who want to sell you a course and leave you over there after a month, then you struggle with the next mentor and the other one courses up and on. Like somebody who you really look up to and you see like, okay, and this has nothing to do with the cars, mansions, and so on. It's all about the mind. It's what's in the mind of that person. The cars are just byproduct. Majority of people who are really bagging it, who are really making a lot of money, don't even show off themselves. They don't even have time to even show the type of car they drive. They're so focused on what keeps them going, like doing the process, right? So if you want to do this and win in the shortest period of time, maybe a year, 6 months, 2 years, then you need a mentor. But if you decide to do it all by yourself, give yourself at least 2 years, and 2 years will just give you, the starting point. Maturity will begin on the third year. Actually, the end of third year. That's when you start having maturity in trading. That is if you want to learn from YouTube videos, and so on. Because there's a lot of the issues that there's a lot of information out there. What a mentor helps you from is that they protect you from feeding from all this information that are unnecessary to you. When I started trading, I studied with the double tops. I went to double bottoms. I traded RSI. I traded MACD. I traded the RSI divergence. I've traded support resistance. I've traded supply demand. I've traded, like, I've done it all. After that, I went to ICT, a city concept, smart money concept. After that, I went to quantum concept. Like, guys, I don't think if there's something that somebody can tell me in trading that I've not really done, to be honest with you. Mathematically, I've done it all. But at the end of it, when I sat down closely and looking at these things, I realized that it was a waste of time. Do you know why? It all works. Somebody who is trading double top, somebody who is trading support resistance, they're all going to make money. The only issue, the only thing that is going to matter is their mindset and risk management. Because if they're trading double top, yeah, that's an edge. It works. The only difference with these edges is that others work better than others. Others are more efficient than others. So, for example, when a trader is trading double tops, me, when I see double tops, I see liquidity. I see relative equal highs, meaning that there's liquidity right there. But you see, this person who's seeing double tops, they just want to get out in the next double bottom they're seeing down there. So once they get out, mean I'm going to take my liquidity, I jump in, then price goes on to deliver. So all these do work. But in this video, I just want to make this one a short one for you to understand the laws that govern everything trading. We have two sides. We can never have being in the middle. It's only a matter, if you're in the middle break even, it's only a matter of time before you go back to losing or you go into winning. Okay. So all this, if you want to know what makes them work, is they all have laws and rules that are governing them. So if you keep the rules, will determine on which side you are. So that being said, let us do a little bit of market uh, price action review. I think I should have done this in the next video, but okay, let me do this in the next video because I think this might take some time because I want to do analysis, like what's happening with the gold, what's going on here. You see, there's a daily time frame, and whatever is happening here, gold has been bullish. This week and also even last week, it was very bullish. Like literally this month, the gold has been kind of bullish. And I have some PDRAs marked here. As you can see, even previously I had them marked. So there's a possibility you might end up here on this PDRA here, which is just next to. Depending on how we close here, will determine whether we push all the way up here. And that will also depend with news or, macroeconomics event. So yeah, all that will depend with what the news or what the macroeconomics are saying, like the war in in Iran, the war in Russia, and oil prices, and how investors are willing to invest on these specific commodities, and so on. So gold is still literally most likely to be bearish, but again, because we might just come here, then we drop again all the way down here, then before we have the real push toward towards the upside. But as of now, as much as we have this PDRA resting here, it's time to push higher. It's time to push higher as much as we still have this PDRA resting here. So definitely, not less we disrespect this PDRA on daily time frame and push a little bit lower, displacing below it, and that's when we're going to be looking for sales. But as of now, whatever I'm doing is buys. But of course, doesn't mean that you buying here and you're putting a stop loss here. No, we are likely to still have retracement. Retracement can still come all the way down here before you push higher, and it can just come and use this gap here as an inversion again. Drop there, come to that gap, inversion, push price higher towards this PDRA and this one. Then after that, so I'm a day trader. I don't do swing trading, so that means that even this overview that I'm giving you guys is just like I don't really trust it that much because I'm a day trader. When I go to the markets, I most of the time look at hourly candles, how they behave. Then after that, I move to lower time frames like 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 15 minutes and see what's happening there. Then I engage. So this is about the laws that governs everything in trading. In case you have a question, you can leave a comment. My name is Roque Calvin, and welcome to Cashline Trading. See you in the next one.